Hi, this is not a review. Might be a critique, although it's just my story of dealing with Sig Sauer and a local small gun shop. I'm not going to name the gun shop. It's here in Arizona, but I'm going to start with the lessons learned first. And it's late at night, and I'm just making this video to get it out because I've been sitting on it for a while, trying to think, how do I explain this? And I also want to give it time for the two entities that I'll be talking about to really make sure that I'm accurate and everything played out the way it should. So the two lessons learned, or maybe more, is number one, if you're going to deal with a gun shop, especially one of these smaller ones, private one, make sure that you're clear and understand what their gun policy is. I made that mistake of not doing that. And what you want to ask them is, if you buy a malfunctioning gun or a gun that doesn't work, can you return it? Will they take it back? In other words, will they sell you malfunctioning guns and expect you to deal with it if it's a malfunctioning gun? And the second lesson I learned is that Sig Sauer, they're either extremely incompetent or they'll just lie to you. And I'll tell the story, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was accurate on this story and I didn't miss anything or misunderstanding anything. So what I'm going to tell you is 100% what happened. So this is a Sig Spear. It's in 300 blackout. Sorry, it's Arizona and it's still hot, even though it's the end of September. I've been looking for the perfect home defense tool. And 300 blackout, suppressed. I haven't gotten the suppressor yet. And a pistol carbine, however you say it, would be the perfect home defense tool. And with Sig's reputation and reviews on the Sig Spear, although lately they haven't been so great, I figured this would be the best home defense tool. It's a very expensive tool. It's $2,500. So I made sure I did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, listened to a lot of people. And then when I thought that it was time to buy it, I saved up the money and I purchased the $2,500 Sig Spear from the local firearms store here in Arizona. I also bought the Sig Romeo red dot. That was about another $500. So I'm already $3,000 into this tool. So I get it home and I'm excited, and now I will say the gun club, because they're great, C2 Tactical. And I go down there in Tempe and I take a couple of shots, and on the second mag, the bolt carrier group jams. So it's a brand new $2,500 gun, and the bolt carrier group jams. That's not cool. So I bring it home, I get it out, and now I'm very frustrated. And I'm thinking, okay, if I buy a gun and it doesn't work, I don't want it, you know? So I felt that I made a mistake. So I bring it to the local firearms place, and I tell them, hey, you know, on the second magazine, this thing jammed up, it's not working. They tell me, well, it's a used gun now, being that I bought it and they can't take it back. So I'm not really an argumentative guy. I just didn't understand. So I said, okay, you sold me a broken gun. It's a broken gun. It doesn't work. It jams on the second mag. So they take and they look at it and they open it up and they say, oh, you didn't oil it. Now let me tell you something. I have a lot of 300 blackout rifles in weapons, and none of them ever jammed. None, never. And for a $2,500 tool, I was a little surprised. I had and they showed me they were oiling it in certain places and a special kind of oil. Now I'm thinking to myself, a $2,500 gun, and I got to baby the oil so that it will shoot 300 blackout? So I kind of didn't believe it, but I just went with it. So they cleaned it up for me. And they said, if you send it back to Sig, they'll repair it. And I'm thinking, I just bought this gun like a day ago from you guys. And now you're telling me I have to send it back to Sig Sauer to get it fixed. You sell me a broken gun and I got to send it back to get it fixed. That's not cool. So they cleaned it up and I took it out and it got through 2 mags and then it jammed again, the bolt carrier group. And I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, okay, am I really going to have to send? They won't let me return it. So am I really got to send this gun, package it all up? And if you've done it, you know what kind of a pain it is. So I'm like, okay, let me just buy another bolt carrier group. So another $500. So now we're at $3,500. And I take the old bolt carrier group out and I take it apart meticulously. And I blow it out, oil it. I have these dental, my ex-girlfriend was a dental hygienist. So I have these dental tools. So I'm going in there and I'm scraping everything out, making sure that this thing was as clean as could be, right? It's actually the second time I clean it like that and it still jams. But to send it back, I'm cleaning the thing spotless, right? Not a single, not even any carbon on that thing by the time I was going to send it back to Sig. So I put the new bolt carrier group in, which is in right now. Thing runs beautiful. It's a beautiful gun. I'll say that. It's a great gun. But I send that bolt carrier group back to Sig. And I called the guy first, and listen to this. I tell him what's going on. So his first question to me is, what kind of ammunition are you using? And I said, the LAX and the Freedom ammo, which is these boxes here. This is 44 cal, and this is 380. I buy and use this ammo in all my guns because it's a good price. And it works. Never had a jamming issue with this ammo. But the guy at Sig tells me, oh, you're using a cheap ammo. Again, I'm thinking a $2,500 gun can't run ammo that all my other guns. Now, I own about 50 guns, and I've ran this ammo through all those guns. Never a problem. I buy good quality guns. I buy Smith & Wesson, Colt, CZ, and everything works very well. Except now this. Well, now it works because I got the new bolt carrier group. But the guy at Sig tells me it's got to be the ammo. It's cheap ammo that you're using. I'm not going to argue with the guy. It's pointless. Why would you do that? So I said, okay, cool. I'll send you the bolt carrier group. And he tries to convince me to sell the whole gun. And I'm like, listen, it's working with another bolt carrier group. Let me just send you this one. You look at the bolt carrier group. I'm sure you've got guns there. So he almost kind of like argued a little bit, but then he's like, okay, send us the bolt carrier group. So I did. About a week later, he calls and says, yeah, it's we found a whole bunch of primer pieces in it. And I'm thinking to myself, I cleaned the hell out of that bolt carrier group and sent it back to you. There's nothing in there. But I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, we cleaned it up. We're going to send it back to you. So when I got it back, they sent it to me and with a little bag. And in that bag were little pieces of metal. Little copper pieces of metal. Which really blew me away. Because especially that amount that was in that, enough to fill up a little bag, definitely 100% without a doubt was not in that bolt carrier group. I myself, and I can take these things apart. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing it a long time. Sent it back to Sig Sauer, absolutely clean. And they sent it back with this little bag of metal shards. No way. No way. They either mixed it up with somebody else, which is possible. It's incompetent, but it's possible. Or they just lied. They just lied to me. So with that said, I no longer go to that gun shop because they sold me a broken gun that they did not take back and then told me it was my problem, basically. And I will not buy another Sig firearm. because they lied to me or they were incompetent, whichever one it was. I don't know. And I didn't want to make this video because I know there's a lot of Sig fanboys out there. I probably shouldn't call them fanboys. There's a lot of people who believe that their Sig guns are really good quality, and maybe they are. This is a beautiful gun. It's a great gun. It's a really good quality once I got everything going on it. So nothing against the gun. But Sig as a company, not impressive. I mean, just look at some of the other stuff that's out there. It's not a good company, in my experience. And that gun shop really let me down because I've been going to them for, I don't know, close to 15 years. So if you belong to a gun shop or you're going to be buying a gun, ask them, what is the return policy? If this gun does not work, if it does not function, can I bring it back and return it? And if you're dealing with Sig, take pictures of everything, record everything, write details down. I actually sent them a letter when I sent the ball carrier group up back with a detail of everything. I didn't tell them that I super cleaned it. I just told them what the problems were and sent some pictures. And they want to blame ammo. So you're telling me you can make a $2,500 gun, but you can't make it work with ammo, a common ammo that, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this video probably bought from this company. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so that's my Sig story. Again, it's not a review because it's a great tool. It's a great weapon. It's just getting it to this point was a little aggravating, but we're there. Have a wonderful rest of your day or whatever you're doing, wherever you are watching this. Cheers.